A Dallas police officer is defending herself by claiming that she shot a 26-year-old named Botham Jean because he wouldn't follow her commands after she basically broke into his apartment. Now, the officer in question is Amber Geiger, who's 30 years old, and she's been a police officer for about 4 years. Now, she had entered Jean's apartment, first claiming she thought it was her own home, before fatally shooting him in his own home. Now, David Armstrong of the Texas Rangers wrote an arrest affidavit released on Monday, which has a few issues. So let me go and read what it says. Basically, they claim that Officer Geiger had said that it was completely dark inside the apartment when she entered it on Thursday night, and she thought she was encountering a burglar in her home. So he says that Geiger said the person had ignored her verbal commands, so she had fired twice. One struck Jean in the chest, and later he died. Well, so the question, so the issue here is, she barges into his home, and then she starts giving him commands. What are we supposed to be on her side? Somebody barges into your homes and says, get on your knees. Get on your knees. What are you doing here? I live here. I live here. What are you talking about? I live here. Insanity. No, look, there's been a lot of reporting on this that has been incredibly contradictory. So we're not sure exactly what the facts are 100%. But for example, the AP has reported that Jean's door was slightly ajar. But that actually contradicted an earlier report that said that the door was locked. Lee Merritt, a lawyer for Mr. Jean's family, challenged several aspects of the officer's official account, including her claim that the door was open. He said witnesses had told the district attorney's office that they had heard banging on the door and a woman's voice saying, "Let me in." And they said that even if Officer Geiger did mistake the apartment, which has a distinctive red doormat outside, for her own, there is no indication that Mr. Jean acted aggressively to make the officer fear for her life. He said, "It would be irresponsible to rely on this extremely bizarre, self-serving affidavit, said Mr. Merritt, who was also questioned why the authorities did not immediately arrest Officer Geiger. Well, that is an interesting question. Why did she not get arrested? She shot and killed someone. Someone that was obviously not in her home, but in his own home. Why? Had it been anyone else in the same sort of situation, odds are they absolutely would have been arrested. But of course, this is a police officer. Now, again, something that you've noticed is how her story continues to change. So, again, there's a lot of confusion in this, right? First, she apparently thought that it was her place and the door was locked. She kept trying to unlock it, couldn't unlock it, according to witnesses, and then there was the banging on the door. Let me in, let me in. But wait a minute. Who's she saying to let me in? If it's her apartment supposed to be empty, then why would she say let me in and then go in and then immediately shoot someone? This doesn't make any sense. And then the story changed. Now it's, oh, the door was unlocked. It was open. But wait, wouldn't she have remembered, oh, hey, I closed my door. I locked my door. And is there any way that somebody could get into it without the proper key? Like, would somebody break into it? And how could somebody break into the door without anybody else noticing, because it is an apartment complex? This is insane. And then, according to her account, she went into that apartment after the door was open, which is stupid. Because if you think that there's a burglar in your apartment, or if you think your apartment's been broken into, you maybe call someone. Oh, but she is the police. Yeah, but maybe call someone who's on duty, because you're supposed to be off duty. Again, this is insanity. But she then sees a silhouette. That's what she's claiming now. Oh, there was a dark silhouette, a big silhouette, and it was scary. And so I pulled my gun and I gave commands. And when he didn't follow my commands, I shot him dead. This is why I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this official account. I don't know what the facts are. The story keeps changing. But as far as what's going on, she is basically, and this is what's gross about this. She's saying it wasn't my fault. It was his fault. He didn't follow my commands. He was sitting chilling at home. You were trespassing in his apartment. How do you not know which is your apartment? How do you not know where your house is? I've never, and it doesn't matter how long I've worked, because there's the excuse of, she's an overworked police officer. She was at work for 10 hours. She was tired. So she wandered into the wrong apartment and shot somebody who lived there. I mean, anybody would have made that mistake. No, I don't believe that at all. And look, it doesn't matter how tired I've been. It doesn't matter how much I've had to drink. I've never mistaken somebody else's house for my own or apartment for my own. I would be shocked if she were telling the truth, but I'm pretty sure, look, I think she made it up. We don't know yet. We don't know. Now, one more thing, according to witnesses, that is devastating. One witness said that she had heard a man's voice say, after the gunshots, quote, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" Why did you do? Assuming maybe, I don't know. Again, speculation here, right? Doesn't that sound like somebody that they knew? That he might have known? Like, why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? I don't know. All I know is that those seem like words of shock and horror. Oh my God, why did you do that? And those words, if true, might have been Jean's last words. Think about that. Minding your own business. When a cop busts into your apartment and murders you. Or worse, think about the other situation. Depending on what story's true. Jean lets her in because she's knocking on the door and saying, let me in, let me in. And then he does, and then he shoots her. Or, I'm sorry, she shoots him. That's an infinitely worse situation, and it's already a bad situation to begin with. It's a terrible situation. Because look, if the door wasn't open and she was pounding on it, she had to have known that it wasn't hers. If her key didn't work. Look, there's so much that doesn't add up. This is sounding more and more like a murder story. Again, I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're going to have to wait for the facts to come out. Personally, this is a real shady situation. And right now, Geiger, she has been indicted for manslaughter. She is now currently out on $300,000 bond. I'm sure there will be a trial announced soon. I don't know what's going to happen there, but hopefully we can find out the truth of what really happened. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.